I welcome all of you who are new and who are in it every week with me. Let's just listen together. Let's just feel. And so as we come in to gather, to co-create, to activate our voices, our minds, our hearts. It's a full moon. We're in a portal, in a way, of change. And there is medicine here for all of us, just as much as you are served, I too am served. That is a part of the co-creation of these gatherings. Spirit by nature is mysterious. I often say that we learn to walk as if we have wings in this world, that we learn to remember who we are, and the acknowledgement of who we are is so deeply important. Who we truly are as a soul is different than the roles that we play, is different. Everything can be different when we remember who we are. And so let our activation today be that. May it be a reminder, a calling home, an inquiry between you and I and the universal force of life that creates us all, that we activate in circle together in a way that only through prayer, intention, ceremony, and ritual, through coming into a cohesion of universal mind, lattice, body, soul, can we open to the mystery beyond our ego, beyond our identity, beyond who we think we are, beyond who we thought we would be, and allow ourselves to be shaped and shifted by really that calling home, that medicine of spirit that allows us to remember our infinite, eternal nature as peace, as stillness, as one with all things. This awareness is precious, and it takes a tuning in to listen to it, and a willingness to love, to be love, and to shed all of the things that are in the way. So listen for a moment and set an intention for our time together. On this beautiful initiation of the Aries full moon, I'll ask you a couple of questions. What seeds did you sow in March that have grown now, that are harvested now? What seeds did you sow last September? Check that out. Think back. What happened last year, last September, that got grown in spring, that now alchemized into a new beginning? Or even think back 2 Septembers ago, maybe 3, 10, 2012, 2013. What have you been building consistently, the temple of your life? What has been happening? What has been anchoring? What are the timelines that you have birthed? What has shifted? What has matured in your being? What are some of the things that you have learned that you needed to let go of? And what is your soul asking for now? Now that you've grown, now that you've known, now that you understand all of those lessons and blessings and integrated them into your soul. What is ripening, what is harvesting, what is the fruit that you are birthing? You can put it in the chat if you feel called. And what are you shape-shifting into come next spring? What are you wanting to create here? What do you want to attend to as we go into this next season? As we enter through the doorway and the portal of these eclipses, as the nodal axes change from Scorpio and Taurus to Aries to Libra to relationality and individuality and the template of being in balance between the two, self in relationship to other. This is what we are entering into for the next 18-month cycle. This is what we will have a doorway stepping into in the portal mid-October. There will be much change, but by November those doors will be closed. And Samhain, Halloween, the ancestral portal, hear me, by December, again, we will have new assignments, if you will. New relationships will be built, and what we are birthing for the coming of the next year is important. I've been talking about this for a while. We are sowing the seeds of the second chapter, this beautiful new wave of energy that may take us through the next 10-year cycle. There are gates, and we are crossing them. And this full moon that we are in right now is a beautiful activation of that light. So let us breathe in together, breathe. And exhale with a high, anchoring in all of that energy. Deep breath one more time, huge, rich inhale. And exhale, Okay, last one here. Gathering all of that collective wisdom, we thank the angels, we thank the guides, the ancestors, all of the beings that are guiding us through this wheel of the year. We are grateful for you. We are grateful for your presence. We breathe our breath to unify the circle today. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Protection for the community that we are building together. I have a sense that today we're going to have a lot of silence in a good way in between things. I'm not feeling our circle needs a lot of chatter, which is beautiful. And I do want to welcome all of you, though. We have 50 of us, about 44, I think it says. Yeah, 44, how cool, angel numbers. 44, and however many watch on my rebroadcast on the Michelle Infinity Instagram channel. I'm really grateful for all of you. I'm really grateful for all of you for being here. And I will go back into channel mode and sing and do all the things that we do together. And I feel like I'm supposed to speak to something. So forgive the subtle promotion, but I have a feeling that the Jordan who spoke is the Jordan that I'm working with, and spoke to Sylvia, which is another one of my students and clients. And it is, okay, cool. So obviously, I don't want to promote too much, but I am a coach and I do beautiful medicine work, and I am starting a community called Astreya, and I'm going to run it through Patreon. And our first call is going to be October 10th. And if you're interested in joining a community, it's exactly for this reason of what just happened. Like two people, and so I can't read right now that little paragraph, but so she said to me one day, she was like, "Your people are my people," and in it, I think, and I was just hanging out with a girlfriend last night, and I feel so like me. more today. It was a blessing of the full moon. I invited her over to my house, which I never do. I have a condo and I never have people over. And I was literally guided, like it came out of my mouth, like spirit came through me and said, come to my house. She was like, okay. And so anyway, we did that. And we really reminisced about what it was to like have like hardcore priestess codes and just be a little bit different than all the other people around us, you know? And it was so good because I think for a lot of you I think you guys will all resonate with this because of the mainstream way that spirituality is in the world and the mainstream Instagram version, as beautiful as Instagram is, there's a performance aspect of spirituality. And then there's like the real stuff. And sometimes the real stuff is edgy for people or scary for people. And the reason for that is the surrender principle. It's because we are asked to dissolve our identities, our attachments, our egos. And we were making jokes last night with each other about like, why, you know, it's so funny how everybody wants to be a priestess, but like, she was like, priestesses clean up, but like the energy, you know, it's not actually like as glamorous, you know, there's a lot of devotion and dedication and work and offering and dissolving. And what I teach in my programs are the highs. We have like really high highs because when I'm singing and I'm channeling and we're in like community gatherings for you, I feel more like the template of my true self than I do and when I'm alone, you know. I mean sometimes I'm dancing around this place like a goofball. I was doing that this morning to music and stuff. So I was having my own little morning ritual where I was totally being like, I'm so happy. Like sometimes you have, you know, full moons or cycles that they feel really full and liberated and you just are so juicy and you're so happy in yourself. And I'm currently experiencing that. And then sometimes we go through purging cycles. You know, the Venus retrograde for me was really like brought up a lot. And so just to wrap up this little thread is that we can lose ourselves sometimes. The people who are not mainstream can lose ourselves because all we're doing is going out into the world and looking for reflections of ourselves. You know, that's the most human thing in the universe, is like seeking a mirror. I mean, if you believe, now let's get real crazy for a moment. If you believe that in God as a pulsing beacon of energy and light, all just the force, just the raw primal essence of like, I'm a lot like life itself. Life itself is humming. Life itself is fire and water and air and the elements of ether. It is raw and beauty, and it's just light. And then it wants shape. It wants form. Why? To know itself. And so Shakti, that life force, that it emerges, it takes shape, it becomes nature, it becomes trees and cells and amoebas and primordial ooze and volcanoes and monkeys and humans and mushrooms and you know, and all of these subtly communicate with each other. There's species, there's genres, there's kind, and there's like all the birds, and they sing together, they fight with each other, they play, they're territorial, but they have companions for life. They mate for life, some species. And they praise through their song, you know, the world, this creation. And looking for like kind is almost ingrained in the cells. Where do I seek? Where do I find myself? How do I get to know myself deeper and richer? By seeing who I am, and also through contrast, seeing who I'm not. And then if you take everything I just said as it's a macrocosm, then we can also think of that in your own personal psychology, transform it into your micro, into your path, into your identity, into your schoolwork, into your profession, into your networking, into your relationships with your partners, into your children, into, as for those of you who are also teachers, into your students. And so if you have students, you are a guide. You are a guide for others. And your guidance is like a map, you know, showing them different directions, showing them different ways of being, so that they can choose the courses that they take, the paths that they take, and maybe go on and lead and teach and serve and heal others. And so I get to be a steward of that right now in my life, which I'm very, very grateful for. I know I look very young, but I'll be 40 this year in November. I'm excited about it. I'm starting to really grok, to feel more like myself than ever. And I feel honored deeply to be a wisdom keeper and a teacher and a guide to all of you who come, of course. And in particular, the women who resonate with me, who are, and it doesn't have to only be women, I'm totally open to men. I had a non-binary client recently who found me through this platform that I love and totally had past lives with. It was so cool. So anyway, or, you know, transgender, I guess you would say. But what was I saying? So to be, for me, the initiation that I'm in right now is I get to actually open my door and be a medicine woman, I guess role model for lack of a better word, but a teacher, let's say, or a guide for other women to gather underneath. So I would rather call myself like an umbrella or like a tree, like a life tree. I could see that actually. It's like this beautiful life tree. But the temple that I'm creating is called Astreya. It's the temple of the stars. It's the goddess of justice and balance and harmony and reverence and peace. And she brings goodness and light to the world. And that is the quality of harmony that I feel like I serve in the galactic universe. So if you want to, and if you're interested in joining a temple like that, and I'm loving all of your comments, and obviously you can see that I'm channeling and I can't really track everything. So maybe I'll go back at the end and speak them. But anyway, if you are interested in that, you can email me directly, michelle@michellecoutinho.com, and let me know, and then we will take it from there. I'm feeling guided to sing a song. I don't really sing the song with the drums, so that's going to be new. And the song isn't in my space, and I want to tell you more stuff, but I'm going to sing, so I'm not talking the whole time. And I love all of you so much. I'm so grateful for all of you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put it in the chat, and then I will get to it. Let's see how this goes. What's the heartbeat? I want to do. Okay, let's see. Let's see. There we go. Corazón. Okay, got it. Ábrete, corazón. Ábrete, sentimiento. Ábrete, corazón, ábrete sentimiento. I'm gonna have to practice that. I'm not gonna do it with a drum. The cool thing about being in your own body is you can do whatever you want and you're like, whatever, it's fine. Okay, ready? We'll see if the drum comes back. I'm gonna sing this song the way that I normally sing it because I want the transmission to be there because the transmission is the most important. Okay. Well, actually, let me listen because let me see what the universe wants me to do. Let me try this one more time. I'm feeling like I'm supposed to do this. Ábrete, corazón, ábrete, there we go, sentimiento, ábrete, entendimiento, deja hablar razón y deja brillar el sol escondido en tu interior. Ábrete, memoria antigua, escondida de la tierra, de las plantas, bajo el fuego, bajo el agua. Ábrete, corazón. Ábrete, sentimiento, ábrete, entendimiento, deja hablar la razón y deja brillar el sol escondido en tu interior. Ya es tiempo, ya es ahora. Ábrete, corazón, y recuerda como el espíritu cura, como el amor sana, como el hablo flores esa vida perdura. Para llegar a Dios hay que aprender a ser humano. Teata om bekanze ma bekanze rata samukate so. Teata 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 om. You can repeat this. I feel like you need to learn this for some reason. Ready? You guys ready? This is called the Medicine Buddha mantra. It's a mantra to chant when someone's dying so that they feel peace, or if you want healing for someone. If someone knows it, they can put it in the chat. We'll do call and response. Teata om, bekanze, bekanze, bekanze. Matsat samukate soha. The last line. Teata om, bekanze, bekanze maha, bekanze maha, bekanze. Ratsat samukate soha, ratsat samukate soha. Ratsa samukate soha. Ratsa samukate soha. The last line is rasa, rasa, samu, gate, soha, soha. Soha is a very powerful word. It's like sending the blessing off. So let's try. Okay. Teyanta. Oh, let's sing it together. Bekanze, bekanze maha, bekanze. Rata samukate soha. Teata o bekanze, bekanze maha, bekanze. Ratsat samukate soha. Teata om bekanze, bekanze maha, bekanze. Ratsat samukate soha. Yes. Teata om bekanze, bekanze maha, bekanze. Ratsat samukate soha. Please move and sing with this. Teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratat samukate soha, teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratat samukate soha. Now send healing to someone that you love. Let's do that collectively together. Let's take this healing vibration and think of someone that needs it in your life. For me, it's my father. And think of that and send all of the healing in your heart to them as you make sounds, as you chant this prayer, as you think of our collective energy. We have this collective heart beat. Boom, 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 boom. Teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratsat samugate soha, teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratsat samugate soha, teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratsat samugate soha, teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratsat samugate soha, teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratsat samugate soha, teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, ratsat samugate soha. So I know we're talking astrology in the chat, and so there's a lot of energy with the Scorpio energy, and that realm is so transformational. Scorpio is the gateway of death in the zodiac. It is the gateway between the formless and the form. And we can take this mantra, we can infuse it with that power, and we can send it into things in our lives. We can change things. The energy of alchemy, transmutation, the vocal alchemy. So send that here. Send that energy out through your sound, through your prayer, through your heart, through your being. And I want you to open that heart, even if it hurts, even if there's grief. Trust it. And let it radiate out through the back of your heart as well, where your wings expand. We're going to sing this just a few more times, but I want you to bring deep intentionality into your prayer, into your purpose, into your song. And I really want you to send the life force energy that is inside of you out for a prayer for healing for this world, for a prayer for healing for your ancestors, for the ancient ones that guide you to spirit, to the people in your life that are difficult. All of that, like you are an X-Men with using your power of intention and love to beam light and energy and radiance at all of this, and that love can neutralize all of the darkness. So we'll sing it a couple more times with that intention. Ready? Teata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, Ratsatsamukate soha. It doesn't have to be dark and deep. You can do it light. Teata oh bekanze bekanze maha bekanze gentle. Ratsatsamukate soha. Harmonize over my voice. Teata oh bekanze bekanze maha bekanze ratsatsamugate soha. I'm being guided to go a bit fast. Ready? Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze ratsatsamugate soha. 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 Ratsatsamugate soha. Ratsatsamugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze ratsatsamugate soha. Hare Om. Loka samasta sukhino together. Loka Samasta Sukhino Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. A man and a woman sit near each other, and they do not long at this moment to be older or younger, nor born in any other nation or time or place. They are content to be where they are, talking or not talking, their breath together feed someone whom we do not know. The man sees the way his fingers move. He sees her hand close around a book that she hands to him. They obey a third body that they share in common. They obey a third body that they share in common. We obey the multidimensional body that we share in common. We have made a promise to love that body. Age may come, parting may come, death will come. A man and a woman sit near each other. As they breathe, they feed someone we do not know, someone we know of, but we have never seen. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, so much. I'm going to go through and comment on the comments. And I mean, like, what's so cool about today is my intention, obviously, my Astreya, my first meeting of my circle is going to be on the 10th of October, which is, I chose 10/10 because it sang to me on the calendar. Pluto goes direct that day. We're talking a lot about Scorpio energy. Scorpio people being my people. And it's all perfect. There are things that we can't coordinate by our thoughts. And so we are devoted to love and we let them weave through. And I love all of the connection that's happening in the space. Yeah, Pluto goes direct on 10/10. And then we've had a lot of retrograde energy for those of you who have been listening to me for the last few months. I've been talking a lot about that, and I'm going to be after this writing in a long email, as I do. I'm trying to get better at shortening them, but I really like doing the astrology plus the whatever I'm, obviously I have all these offerings, right? And ways for me to connect with all of you and for us to gather. If you're not on my email list, you should get on my email list so I can help support you and show you the things that are happening. If you want to join my inner circle community, it's going to be called the Inner Temple, Astreya, the Inner Temple. Like I said, email me, michelle@michellecortini.com, and let me know. It's kind of by invite only. It's going to start at like this little beta kind of for the first few months. And I want to get to know everybody who's going to be in there so that you guys can do this and actually have the support of each other. It's super low cost also. The high ticket is it's $77 a month through Patreon. And then the lower tier is $33. The intention behind it is to have an ongoing community that is affordable, because the women that I work with sometimes don't have a thousand million resources, and sometimes, I mean, when I do my coaching, it's an investment because there's a deep energetic exchange. My mentorship program's an investment, but it's not ridiculous compared to some of the things I've seen in the world. It's equal, it's even, it's an even exchange. All my stuff is really prayerful in that way, the way that I work with money and sound and energy and life has a deep intention. And so, yeah, the purpose of this is to serve that need for ongoing community, for deeper and richer wisdom and support, for connection to each other, so that we are stronger, really. I'm lucky, I feel that I get to be a steward of this in the world. So mote it be. Thank you guys so much for receiving that. Let me know if you need that. You can send on my email list regardless if you're interested in hearing about more events. My intention with Insight Timer, since we're entering into the witch wound season, and for those of you who haven't listened to my witch wound meditation on here, it's the most popular one that I've ever made. It has like 5,000 listeners, I think, at this moment, and a bunch of 5-star reviews. I'll talk more about that as we enter October. I'd like to do one online ritual, like one online paid workshop, and I would also like to create a course that you guys can listen to, because I've done so much content on the witch wound, and so I plan to work on that this next week, so that can be uploaded in time for everyone to be able to receive that medicine. If you have any suggestions of things that you would like me to do or teach or share, I'm open to receiving those. And yeah, so that's good. I don't know, Sushi. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm still on here, so I don't know. That's funny. Okay, so let me go through these comments and comment on your comments while I'm doing this, and before I kind of close the directions and the spirit, I'd say one final prayer. If anybody has any questions, if anybody has any shares that haven't already been in the comments, I invite you to bring them in now. Oh, thanks so much, Elizabeth. That's a good place to start. We are blessed by your offerings. And yeah, last night I put up the next, I do these on Fridays, 9 a.m. Pacific. And thank you, Elizabeth, so much. Thank you for being here. And I put the next few weeks up, so I'll be doing them every October. And what's really cool about October, so far, the Fridays we're in the pocket right now with the celestial events. So last week we did the equinox together, and that was a very rich, beautiful transmission. It was really cool. I recorded it, and I sent it out to people who, again, the email, so I can access you. And then today, full moon, right? And then not the week coming, but the 13th is going to be the day before the eclipse. And then the next one would be the 21st, but then the one after that, the 27th on Friday, we're going to be right in front of the eclipse again. So we are in a rhythm for this next wave, this next 3-month cycle. We're going to be in a really good wave from now to it's the winter solstice in the north in December. And I'm so grateful for being in a pocket. Okay, so I'm going to take this out of the normal stand, and I'm going to come a little bit closer so I can see all of you. And I'm going to read your comments out loud, and we're just going to have a little conversation before we close for today. So Belinda says, I feel inspired to create art and nature and journal by this event. I have a hard time reaching back into the part of myself after the traumas that have occurred, but having the healing energy and community helps me have the courage. Belinda, yes, exactly. That's exactly my intention for healing on the planet. It's not even like just the offerings. You know, I could speak about, yeah, obviously Astreya and the community that I'm building 100%, but like that's the reason why I do this work, is because we've all had trauma and suffering, and we all feel a little bit different, those of us who are empaths or who are meant to heal the world. And I think art, sound, music, this is what gives, this is the dark feminine. This is what the world needs to bring it back into balance. Elizabeth says, powerful rhythmic wave, was so grateful for being in the sacred space, my honor. Zuri says, I feel so refreshed on this cool autumn day with the Scorpio energy here in the sacred space. I value this. Oh, I wish it was cool where I am in Austin, Texas. It's still pretty hot. Yummy, long, deep, and rich. Belinda, I hear you. I feel you. I reflect you. No coincidences. Sylvia says, today has been so beautiful. You guys are so sweet. Great glory and splendor, Michelle. That was magic. Thank you, Jordan. Rayla says, no coincidences. Grateful for the divine. Oh, so she says, no coincidence, grateful for divine synchronicity. Rayla, thank you for the connection. Belinda, I'm so happy to be with you all. I'm connecting to this so much more than I thought. I would, my heart feels alive and full despite it being broken and vulnerable. Yeah, sometimes we're the most powerful when that happens, actually. That's another thing people think. That's another thing. So like, I should make like one of those memes on Instagram where they're like, Instagram spirituality, real spirituality. Instagram spirituality is like, you have to be like powerful and like, I'm a creator and like, yes, girl, queen. But like real spirituality is like, wow, I'm broken into 1,000 pieces and I feel so vulnerable and my heart is opening. I think I'm connected to everything. That's real. That's real talk right there. Alchemy, sending energy out through my heart and putting down my phone to move from my heart. Hell yes, Elizabeth. So she says, I'm so grateful. This was definitely needed to come through to my father as well. Yeah, totally. Prayer and love to all of our fathers. My father called me right at the start when I started meditating. I'm going to call him back after this. First mantra I ever taught myself was the medicine Buddha, Go Soshi. It's a really powerful mantra. I'm so glad that we got to do this. Ooh, thanks, Jordan, for putting it in the chat for people. That was dope. Good for you. And everybody's sharing their Scorpio sun, Pisces sun. I've got a Pisces moon and a Scorpio sun, Sagittarius rising. I have 5 planets in Sag, and including my South Node and my rising, which means it's the energy of the teacher. And then I do it through the lens of Scorpio and Pisces. I have a doctorate in Pisces because it's my moon sign. Infinite. It's the infinite. It's the cosmic. I got that part on lock. I'm learning the lessons of Scorpio in this lifetime. Everybody's sharing their astrology. This is something we could totally have a thread for. So in the Astreya community, I'm going to have a Telegram group and chat, and I have all these little like for questions and all this stuff. All the things are written out on the Patreon. You can look at my website, michellecoutinho.com, and go to the link on the top, and you can check it all out. But what was I going to say? It would be smart for me to put a link in the Telegram that's all about astrology, and people can share their sun signs and stuff like that. Oh, Jordan says, I'm loving working with her, receiving her focus on guidance. Yes, that's a B for me. That makes me so happy. Initiated, warm coming through my spine. So she says, sharing my intention, I'm feeling it, deepening my feminine, my priestess truth, and love for life. Oops. I have so many chart synchronicities in my household, Carolina says. Oh, that's so cool. So she says, I show up with new polished wings, shining with an authenticity and integrity and trust. That's fantastic. Oh, it won't let me go back any further. You guys talked so much that it won't let me go back any further than that. New to Vocal Alchemy, the energy already feels so sacred. Oh, I'm so grateful. That is as far as I can go back. You guys, today was fun. Today was fun. I feel so calm. This energy is what I created. Taking in the silence. Okay, so there's 76 of us. Does anybody want to share anything? I'll do one more just kind of great gratitude to send us all out. And I just want to say thanks so much. And I gave you so much telling you what you can do next if you want to continue. And if none of that appeals to you, I hope I see you next week. Same time next week, man. And if you have any questions and you want to personally reach out to me, you can do that at my Michelle@michellecoutinho.com. What wants to be? Okay. Hold on, let me listen really quick. So first, what I want to do is I want to say thank you to the guides. So thank you so much to the guides, the angels, the ancestors, Great Spirit, all of the beautiful beings, all of the guides of all of the people whose comments I just read. You all have guides. You have invisible beings that bring you here, that guide your way, that say, go on Insight Timer and whisper in your ear. And so we really just want to bow in reverence to how beautiful it is to be guided. And sometimes we ask so much to receive from our guides. And let us light our incense, let us light our candles, let us be devoted to them. And so we bow our heads and we think, thank you for the collective gathering. Thank you for the time to come into prayer together. May we have beautiful, blessed weekends. May we be productive. May we be able to share the love in this space, co-created energy with all of the beings that we meet. May we remember it when we're alone. May we always tune to wisdom. May we listen. May we pray and be fulfilled. Gate, paragate, parasamgate, puri, soha. Gate, paragate, parasamgate, puri, soha. Thank you so much. Thank you for being in this temple space today. I hope I see you all next week. So many blessings to all of you, so much. So grateful. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful community. Oh, all my love to all of you. Oh.